Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. My name is Anna, and I'm really happy that you are spending some time with us today. In this podcast, we speak English in a very calm and natural way, so you can relax, listen carefully, and slowly understand everything without stress.
Hello, friends. My name is Mark, and thank you so much for joining us. This podcast is made especially for people who are learning English at A1 or A2 level, so we speak clearly, we speak slowly, and we use very simple words that you can use in your daily life.
Yes, and please remember, you don't need to understand every word. Just listening every day is already a very good habit, and over time, your English will naturally become better.
That's right. Today, we are not only learning English, but we are also talking about something very important for life. Our topic today is small habits that can slowly change your life.
Mark, when people hear the word habit, sometimes they think it is something big or difficult. But actually, habits are very simple things that we do again and again, often without thinking about them.
Yes, exactly. A habit is something that becomes part of your daily life. For example, the way you wake up in the morning, the way you use your phone, or the way you spend your free time. All of these are habits.
And the interesting thing is that habits feel very small in the beginning. We often think they are not important, but after months and years, these small habits can change our whole life.
That's very true. Good habits slowly build a good life, and bad habits slowly create problems, even if we don't see them right away.
Many people believe that they need a big plan or a big change to improve their life. They think, one day I will change everything, but that day often never comes.
Yes, because big changes feel scary. When something feels too difficult, people usually stop before they even start. That's why small habits are much better and easier to follow.
For example, instead of saying, I will study English for 2 hours every day, it is much better to say, I will listen to English for 10 minutes every day.
Exactly. 10 minutes feels easy, so you actually do it. And when you do something every day, it becomes part of your life, just like brushing your teeth.
Let's take a moment to explain today's important word again in a natural way. The word is habit. A habit is something you do regularly, almost automatically, without thinking too much.
For example, if you listen to an English podcast every morning while drinking tea or coffee, that listening becomes your habit. You don't need motivation anymore because it feels normal.
And this is very powerful because habits don't need strong energy. They work quietly in the background of your life.
Anna, let's talk about mornings, because mornings are a big part of our daily habits. The way you start your morning often decides how your whole day will feel.
Yes, that's true. Many people wake up and immediately check their phone, scroll social media, and read messages. This habit feels normal, but it can make the mind tired very early in the day.
A better habit can be very simple, like taking a few deep breaths, drinking a glass of water, or listening to calm English audio for a few minutes.
These small actions help your mind wake up slowly and peacefully, and they also prepare you to focus better during the day.
Another very useful word for today is improve. To improve means to become better slowly over time, not suddenly in one day.
For example, when you listen to English podcasts every day, you may not feel a big change in 1 week, but after a few months, you can clearly see that your listening and speaking have improved.
Improvement is quiet and slow, but it is very real.
Now let's talk honestly about bad habits, because everyone has them. Bad habits are not something to feel ashamed of, but they are something we should understand.
Yes, one very common bad habit is saying, I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow feels safe, but tomorrow often never comes.
Another bad habit is spending many hours watching videos or scrolling on the phone, even when we know we should be doing something more useful.
These habits feel comfortable now, but later they can bring stress, regret, and disappointment.
Changing habits is not easy, and that's okay. People often don't change because they feel tired, afraid, or unsure about themselves.
Yes, and sometimes people think they are lazy or weak, but that is not true. They just haven't started with something small enough.
When the habit is small, it feels safe. When it feels safe, we do it. And when we do it often, it becomes part of who we are.
So if you are listening right now and thinking, I want to improve my life, remember this: you don't need to change everything today.
Just choose one small habit. It can be listening to this podcast every day, learning one new English word, or speaking English for a few minutes.
That one small habit done every day can slowly change your future.
We're going to stop here for part 1 of today's podcast, so you have time to think about what we talked about and let it sit in your mind.
In part 2, we will talk more deeply about how to build good habits step by step, how to stay consistent, and how habits can help you learn English faster and more naturally.
Thank you for listening, and thank you for spending this time with us.
We'll see you very soon in part 2.
Emma, today I want to talk about something very important. It's something all people have, all over the world. It's something simple, but very powerful. Today, I want to talk about daily habits. Daily habits are small things we do every day. For example, waking up, brushing our teeth, eating breakfast, checking our phone, or drinking coffee. These small habits slowly build our life.
Yes, Alex, I agree. Habits are very important, even if they look small. Many people think, oh, this is a small thing, it doesn't matter. But when we do small things every day, they become big things over time. For example, if you listen to English 10 minutes every day, after 1 month, you will feel more confident. After 6 months, you will understand much more. That is the power of daily habits.
That's a great point, Emma. And I want to say something important to our listeners. You do not need to study English for hours every day. You don't need to feel tired or stressed. It's better to learn a little bit, but every day. Even listening to this podcast while walking, cooking, or resting is already helping your brain learn English.
Yes, exactly. And now let's learn a new word together. The new word is routine. Routine means the things you do every day, usually in the same order. For example, my morning routine is waking up, washing my face, and drinking tea.
That's a very useful word. So let me ask you, Emma, what is your morning routine? Take your time, no rush.
Okay, let me think. My morning routine is quite simple. I usually wake up around 7 in the morning. First, I stretch a little because my body feels sleepy. Then I brush my teeth and wash my face with cold water. After that, I make a cup of coffee and sit quietly for a few minutes. This quiet time helps me feel calm and ready for the day.
That sounds really nice and peaceful. And listeners, you can try to answer this question in your head. You don't need to speak loudly. Just think in English. Ask yourself, what is my morning routine? Even thinking in English is very good practice.
Yes, and don't worry if your English feels slow. Slow is normal. Slow means your brain is learning carefully. Learning a language is not a race. It's more like a long walk.
That's a beautiful way to say it. Now, let's talk about feelings, because feelings are part of our daily life too. Many English learners feel shy or nervous when they speak English. That is very normal. Emma, do you remember feeling nervous when speaking a new language?
Oh yes, Alex, very clearly. When I first tried to speak a new language, my heart was beating fast, and my mind felt empty. I was afraid of making mistakes. But later, I understood something important. Mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are teachers.
That's such an important lesson. Let's teach our listeners a new word here. The word is confident. Confident means feeling sure about yourself. For example, I feel confident when I practice English every day.
And confidence doesn't come in one day. It comes slowly, step by step. Every time you listen, every time you try, your confidence grows a little more.
Exactly. And I want to tell our listeners something from the heart. You don't need perfect English to speak. You just need clear English. People understand feelings more than grammar.
That's true. And now, let's talk about listening. Listening is very important when learning English. When you listen a lot, your brain starts to recognize patterns. You start to understand without translating in your head. This is called natural learning.
Yes, and that's why podcasts are so powerful. You can listen again and again. You can pause. You can relax. And listeners, if you don't understand something, please don't stop. Keep listening. Understanding will come later.
Before we end this part, let's share one small challenge with our listeners. Today's challenge is very simple. Try to speak one full sentence in English today. Just one sentence. For example, today I feel happy because I am learning English.
That's a perfect challenge. And remember, you are not alone. We are learning together. We are growing together.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and smile a little.